Hey guys, Joy here. I thought it would be worthwhile sharing with you all of the different things I use to cook and bake with because I think it's often an overlooked area of people's health. Like you know that eating well and moving your body and getting outside in nature to breathe fresh air is so important for your wellness and your vitality and your energy, but a lot of times we don't actually think, okay, what are we cooking our amazingly nourishing meals in? So in this video today, I'm gonna share with you some healthy cookware options, and this is something you really want to consider because there are chemicals and materials used in stuff that you cook and bake with that can off-gas and not be good for your health. In fact, there was chemicals known back in the 80s that are known now to cause cancer in non-stick pans. So it's really, really important to do your research. But you're watching this video today, so I'm gonna make it easy for you. Okay, so let's just get the elephant in the room out of the way first. Cost. These types of cookware and bakeware I'm going to talk about do cost more than, say, your bargain basement shop where you're getting a pan for 20 bucks. But here's the thing, how often do you have to buy a new $20 pan? The thing is, these are investment pieces, and these are pieces that you're gonna have hopefully for a lifetime and be able to pass them along to your kids. So it's worth it to spend the money. Think of it as an investment that never loses interest. So these are all the pans and the Dutch ovens and the baking dishes that I have in my home right now. And some of them have been passed along. Like for example, this Dutch oven here, I believe it's probably from the 70s, right, Walker? Didn't your dad use this in his restaurant? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this one was passed along to us, but you know what? I'll start with the pans that we use. Okay, so let's first start with fry pans, because I feel like a fry pan is an absolute kitchen essential, and I have 3 different ones, but you don't need all 3. I'm gonna tell you if you only are going to buy one, what should it be? So first off, I have a cast iron fry pan. That's my first one. They're very, very heavy, very, very durable. If you have low iron, this is a good thing because cast iron will actually emit some iron into your food. Next, I have a stainless steel pan. It does have a little burn mark on there, don't mind that. I've had this one for years. It's not a non-stick, there's no coating. And then thirdly, I have an omelet pan that does have a non-stick coating on it, but it's PFOA free, and that is really key. You know when you see those pans with like the red bullseye in the middle, that's almost always PFOAs, and you definitely want to avoid that. It's not good for your health. I think having a good pan is so important for like searing things, whether you want to sear tempeh or salmon, or you want to stir fry some veggies, or you want to scramble some eggs or make an omelet. I think having like a good medium-sized pan is essential in every single kitchen. So then you just have to decide like what kind of pan do you want. This stainless steel one has no coating on it. So if you're looking for a pan that's like an all-purpose pan, this is not the one to go with. I really like the All-Clad brand, so I will link everything in the description box so you know, and they have stainless steel and copper pans that have, I believe it's a triple layer non-stick coating, and if you notice ever that the coating is starting to scratch off, you have to stop using it, because the material below that is when it could potentially off-gas anything. So if you're using like a steel and aluminum pan that has a PFOA-free coating on it, if it starts to scratch away, then you want to actually get rid of the pan. But if you're buying a really good quality pan, like an All-Clad, their pans are around $200-300, then it's likely not going to scratch off and you're going to have it for a really long time. But always be careful with non-stick. Like you don't want to put a knife in there or anything sort of steel and scratch stuff off. Use like a silicone spatula to make sure you're not scratching it all. If I had to choose between all 3, I would say actually go with a cast iron pan. The cast iron pan, even though they're like really heavy, I'm kidding, it's not that heavy, but it is kind of heavy. The great thing about a cast iron pan is that not only can this go on your stovetop, you can put this in your oven. Heck, we barbecue. Let me tell you, this cast iron pan, we barbecued with it so many times this summer. We put salmon on it and then put it in the barbecue. Oh my God, it just has, the flavor just gets seared in. The heat is so consistent. That is what is so great. If you love to cook, you'll love that the heat is incredibly consistent and the heat really stays in there. So once it gets to a temperature you like, the temperature stays. I don't know the technology, I just know that cast iron is amazing and my arm is going to fall off. I have to put this down. And the best part, if you've watched Emily in Paris on Netflix, you know that a cast iron pan, you don't actually need to clean it. The more you use it, the more it gets seasoned with your own spices that you use. You just wipe it clean with some water, but you do have to like properly, I don't know, cure it is the word? You gotta like properly, when you buy one, you can't just start using it. You have to kind of like go through this little seasoning curing process, but you never ever use soap on a cast iron pan like this. Okay, so that's my fry pans. Let's move on to what I use for baking. Okay, so I think you can basically do everything in a few pots. So I have a Le Creuset and I also have a Staub pot. These are often, when you hear Dutch oven, this is what a Dutch oven actually is. So this here, you can see it's white, but it's actually Le Creuset. This is a brand from France. And it is actually, you can see here, it's actually enameled cast iron. So it's very, very safe for cooking, you know, at high temperatures. The other nice thing is you can actually put this in the dishwasher. Now, I don't do that because it's so heavy, and, you know, putting it on the rack's probably not the best thing. Now, according to Le Creuset, each piece is hand inspected by French artisans. They can correct me on that, but that is what I read and I was very impressed. So I actually, even though I'm only showing you one, I think we have three, right, Walker? We have all the, like the original, the pumpkin orange, 3 Le Creusets, and we all got these secondhand. So they've been handed down. These were used in like the 70s and 80s, and now they're used in our home. And the thing I love about it is that it is super versatile. You can bake vegetables. You can put a whole chicken in there. It locks in the heat. It locks in the flavor. Oh, it's just so versatile. I can't think of another word. And I forgot to mention, you can also bake bread. You can make sourdough bread in this. I feel like everybody in this pandemic has, well, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people have been baking bread, which is so cool that you can do it in something like this. Now, I know a lot of people will be like, but the price stings a little bit, like $200, or, you know, you can spend up to $500 on one of these Le Creuset or this other brand I'm going to talk about shortly. Yes, it is more expensive, but it is a piece that you're gonna have for decades. So it is 100% worth it. You know, save up your money, or, you know, look for one that you can get secondhand. All of the Le Creusets that we have are all secondhand pieces, and they still look beautiful. Now, another brand that is very similar, also from France, is Staub. I don't know why the French are so good at making this kind of cookware. Probably because their food is amazing. And the main difference is actually just like the coating. I think the white coating is like patented to Le Creuset. And this is a really great pot, not just for in the oven, not just used in the oven, but also for soups. So I have another one that's a bit bigger. And again, it's like very safe to cook with. So you can saute your vegetables in here. You can make soups and stews. And then the cool thing is, which I really love about all of this cookware that I have here, is that everything can also go into the oven. So stovetop and oven. And you're not cooking with any products that are going to emit chemicals that are harmful to your health. So I thought this would be a good video to do because I really do get asked this question all the time, which is also why in all 3 of my cookbooks, I'll just grab my latest cookbook here. I always have a section in my cookbooks where I review kitchen essentials like good quality cookware and bakeware. So if you have any of my books, if you have the Joyous cookbook, just flip open to page 12. And I talk about the essentials to have. So I hope this gives you guys some ideas for how to stock your kitchen with the essentials for cooking great Joyous meals. Everything is linked in the description box. I hope you love this video, and I hope you have a joyous day. Bye, guys!